My friends, welcome to Talk Casual, and today I welcome you back to the School of Interdiction, Part 2, Grav Shift Reroute, and how to use it. So if you watched the part 1 of this series of the School of Interdiction videos, I highly rated Grav Shift Reroute. And you're wondering why, why did I rave this card so highly? So if you have a look at it itself, I'll bring it up here. So we've got Grav Shift Reroute. For 2 points, before deploying fleets, place 1 Grav Shift token anywhere in the player area. After deploying fleets, you may move each obstacle at distance 1 to 3 of that token within distance 2 of that obstacle's current location. Obstacles cannot overlap tokens, obstacles, or ships. So let's break it down. Now, if you really want an actual really good explanation of this card, I highly recommend going off to the Star Wars Armada Explained channel with Karnak. Karnak will give you a very good explanation of the card and what it can and can't do. And he'll give you all the rules referenced there. But I'll just give you a quick rundown for you guys what it actually does. Just a quick tidbit here. So this is before deploying fleets. That's basically right after all the obstacles have been placed. You can place 1 Grav Shift token anywhere in the play area. So you have a good layout of see where the obstacles are and where you want to place them. Of course, you want to place the token anywhere within 1 to 3 of that. So let's just put some obstacles down just for the fun of it. This is the nutshell of the actual card itself. So let's just say there's a couple of roids here, bop, 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 and after all the obstacles have been placed, you get to place the Grav Shift token. Now, I'm using Tabletop Simulator today. It doesn't have the Grav Shift token, just the Gravwell token, so we'll use that for now. So we'll lock that in. So you place the token, then the fleets go down. After the fleets have all been placed down, then you get to move stuff. So let's have a read of it. Go back to the card itself. So after deploying fleets, you may move each obstacle distance 1 to 3 of that token within distance 2 of that obstacle's current location. Right, so what does that mean? So as you can see here, there's a ban free here. So let's just say anything within that area comes into effect. Let's just say that the station's there, you missed out on the station. But all these obstacles here in this band area, all these 4 obstacles are in effect of the Grav Shift. So what does that mean? So we can clear that. We can determine that all 4 obstacles here are valid for Grav Shift. So in any order, you don't have to, you can move them any preference. You can move them at distance 2. Sorry, not at, within distance 2. Yeah, within distance 2, sorry. You got to remember that. It has to be within. It can't go any further. It can't be an at. So one of the classic ones I like to do, this is a good example here. Let's just say the MC75 has decided to spawn itself here. What I like to do is be an interdict player. Of course, everyone knows how I interdict, and move it onto the directory of the ship. So as you can see, anywhere within the 2, make sure it's in and lock them in. Also, it doesn't need to worry about restrictions on distances. You can bunch them up as much as you can with these rules here. So as you can see, you can put them right together. Imagine if a ship was right in front of these asteroids. It's going to take 2 asteroids if it goes in that path. But basically that is Grav Shift Reroute. So it allows you to move obstacles within an area as long as this is 1 to 3, and then you get to choose whatever obstacles are in that within that at that range 3, and then you move them within 1 to 2. As you can see, you can create a lot of havoc in general for ships and for ships coming in, especially deployed like in front of here. You can definitely make havoc on ships that need to go. Either they'll slow up or they'll slow down or speed up just to avoid the obstacles, and that could play to your advantage as well. Now, if you look on further with the card itself, it says obstacles cannot overlap tokens, obstacles, or ships. So, of course, you can't overlap the Gravwell token itself. You can't overlap obstacles or ships, but it can overlap squadrons. So let's just say a squadron was in front of this MC-75. You can move the squadrons out of the way and place that obstacle there. There is nothing stopping you from doing that there. All you need to do is place the squadrons around the obstacle itself, I believe. So that's basically in a nutshell what the card does itself. And as I said, for 2 points, just to do that by itself, pretty good. But actually, it does something much better than that. It actually, one of the big things that I kind of point out for that card itself. Again, for 2 points, what you can do with it is basically you can use objectives to your advantage to help you out with games. So as second player or first player, Grav Shift Reroute will help you immensely with objectives themselves. So and we'll go through them, my little tactics here and there. Not all of them, I like to keep a couple of them personal to myself, but I'll give you the basics and then you can figure out what you can and can't do. Also, this list is not extensive as well. You can use it on other objectives. The only one that doesn't really work on is what is the other one? It is hyperspace migration. The Purgles come out after you've Grav Shift Reroute, so don't assume that works on that objective. But let's go through the objectives that it does actually work, and some ideas and thoughts you can actually go either as first player or second player. So as I can see, I've grouped them into several categories here. We've got the station objectives here, station assault, contested outpost, abandoned mining facility, and doom station. Then you've got just the rock moving objectives like Iron Storm, Asteroid Tactics, Salvage Run, Infested Fields, and to some extent navigational hazards. And then of course you can also got the Rift objectives as well. I put Doom Station with the station objectives here, but it also does fall into the Rift objectives as well. But I'll just place it so I'll be intertwining with the Rift objectives when I go through them. But first off, let's start off with the station objectives. So of course, station assault, contested outpost, either first or second player, it doesn't really matter who you are. It affects it really well. So let's just say you're second player with station assault. You can place your stations wherever you need to. You can place them far away, and then of course you can use your Gravwell, place your Gravwell, and use the Gravwell itself to move those stations towards your deployment zone, just giving that extra time for your opponent to come and attack them and basically defend them well. So they'll come right into your deployment zone, and even if you have, like, say something like Ramadi will work on this, not on contested outpost. Actually, no, it does work on contested outpost. No, it doesn't. Does not obstruct. No, it doesn't work. But it works with other things like targeting scramblers. I'm thinking. Sorry, that's what I'm thinking. It doesn't work with this one. Does work with Ramadi Station Assault, but it helps you out defending those stations. Likewise, what you can do is, if you are first player, you can say your opponent does place them together on his side. Well, thank you very much. I will move him a bit closer towards myself. And this is one of the best things about Grav Shift. Again, another advantage that you can take against your opponent guarding the stations. Well, now I've gotten little bit closer. Not the greatest of advantages, but there is something there. As you said, you're way closer now to getting some red dice onto those onto the stations, compared to being back over there. So very highly regarded there. Of course, again, same with contested outposts. At least with contested outposts this time, it is distance 5. So let's just pretend it is distance 5. Let's get the ruler out so I know what we're doing here. So again, distance 5. Place the station. Again, Grav Shift comes into play, and then you can move it towards yourself, and then position it the way you want to defend the station after seeing where your opponent is. So again, one of the greatest advantages of Grav Shift is you know where the fleet is. Everything has been deployed, and you can move obstacles to your advantage. Also, I'll go back to using Brunson as well. Brunson, you can lay your path for your interdictor to use Brunson. So anytime she's at range 2 of any obstacle, as long as you can use the Grav Shift to move towards the interdictor, as I said in part 1. So again, it just goes well with what my current build of interdicting does. So yeah, that's as second player, but as first player, it looks even much better. So as I said, that outpost is considerably really far to where it needs to be. So imagine if you find yourself as first player and then you move it to 2. That's halfway through the board already. So if you have like a Raider or something like that, or an AEST, can jump to speed 3. You're looking at yourself, let's just pretend he's a speed 3 ship, and then bang, you are already range 1 of the station there, compared to where the station was before. So as you can see, the Grav Shift does help you immensely with station objectives. Let's go to the third one, is abandoned mining facility. This one, it's not majorly an actual a station one. It's also a hybrid of station slash obstacle objective one. So let's just go through this one itself. As you can see, the station's right in the middle. Then you've got your 2 dust clouds. Let's pretend it's here because the interdictor's there. And then, of course, the MC75 has gotten the other one because he wants to suck some dust clouds. Let's go through the most obvious response of what you want to do with the Grav Shift token. So the main thing you really want to do with the Grav Shift token in this kind of scenario is place the Grav Shift token here. So main reason is you get the dust cloud, and their dust cloud, and the station. So why do you ask? Well, you want to deny, because most likely they'll put their biggest engineering ship closest to the dust cloud, so it can start sucking those points off there. So for me, best thing you can do is deny that. Granted, they might move their ship later on towards the dust cloud, but at least you've got that denial for that first round. As you see, you've denied them that first round points grabbing there. And also now the station is also in effect as well, where you can move it closer if need be to suck the station for points. Also, again, if they don't, the other scenario is they might have forgotten or they've placed it in the wrong place, then you can place it here yourself and then rearrange what you need to be done to make it your objective as well. Again, what you can do is say they've placed it something like that. You might not get all of it, but at least you'll get something like that. You can move this closer towards yourself. But the first scenario is the most, the most scenario you'll get to yourself. You can take other things if the player doesn't take the actual dust cloud themselves. Another plus for the this also works for first player as well. So if they're first player and they've done that, you can deny their dust cloud and move it away from them as well. Another advantage being second player with the interdictor as well is that you get that repair token as well. So a native engineering of 5, you'll get the repair value of 3 with that. So you'll get able to basically collect 2 points straight away with the interdictor. And of course, in your final round, you'll definitely want to have a repair token and command. So that equals 8 points for yourself there. No, 4 points, sorry. 4 points. 4 points. 4 tokens for the collecting the final suck of the gas cloud there. So really big. The only downside is right now is Wat Tambor. Wat Tambor can basically ruin that that objective with say a Providence or something with a high engineering value. With Wat Tambor, he can use 10 engineering points and suck up 5 points of victory tokens. So just be careful with that one now. With Wat Tambor, he can do a major damage to that objective, but again, you can deny those points early on if you use the Grav Rift to move away the dust cloud. All right, so that's the hybrid of that one, and let's go to the next hybrid. It is the Doom Station. So again, Doom Station is, as I said, a hybrid of the Rift Station objective. So let's just move these around, and of course we'll talk about the Rift a little bit later on Rift objectives. Again, the Rift is an awesome thing with the interdictor and Grav Shift. These were made to be. I thought this was basically an interdictor objective. So let's just say you've placed the station, and well, the Rift has to be in the middle, and you've placed the station. Again, it has to be distance 5 from the player's edge. Again, you want to grab as many obstacles, and you definitely want to grab the Rift and the station. As you can see, I've done that here. And one of the best things you can do with the Rift is you can move the Rift, and usually I move it towards the opponent themselves. So then they get stuck in the Rift. So I'll just say do something like that. That MC75 will be coming towards the Rift and will be stuck in it. And now I can move the station itself towards me and keep it safe and keep it in my area as well. Again, the same applies if you're first player. You can move it towards yourself or move it towards the Rift even more, and use the Rift against your opponent to deny grabbing the station themselves. So the station and basically they're the station objectives there. Gravity Rift definitely helps you out with that. getting the station and denying your opponent the points there. So I know that I love abandoned mining facility, as you can just rack up points, but again, you have to be careful with what temple these days, and Doom Station is one of my favorites as well. All right, let's head to the asteroids objectives. So you're looking at Iron Storm and Asteroid Tactics, Salvage Run, and Infested Fields. So these are basically, you want to move these objectives toward the obstacles towards you, because if you look at the Iron Storm special rule, if any obstacle is beyond distance 1 of a ship for the enemy, or beyond distance 2, that they basically get hit with the Iron Storm. So if you drag those, granted that you place all obstacles in your area, so let's just go through that one actually. So excluding the station, so let's just say that you did come up with second player, you get to place all the obstacles there apart from the station. So also, it works on exegolves as well for abandoned mining facility. Before I forget that too, exegolves do work on that as well too. So probably the best bet with Iron Storm, as I was saying before, is probably do something like, let's move these out of the way, something like this. Just keep them towards your area. Something like this. And then get the Grav Rift token. Place it somewhere like this. Actually, let's move it a bit more. That's one of the things you really need to learn how to use. Basically, eyeball. You can use the ruler. Yeah, I've gone a little too far. Let's just say it got all three for practical purposes. I know it can if I just nudge it towards the side here, but this would probably be your best bet, as these, and then you can basically move them to protect your fleet from the Iron Storms, and also move them. Also, the best thing is if you are in the way of a rock, you can move them out of the way as well. To protect yourself, or move them a bit further wherever you need to be. You are protected from the Iron Storm, and your opponent will get peppered with the Iron Storm. So that's a really good one as well. Asteroid Tactics, again, you use them with the asteroids, get them towards your path that you want to fly them, because your opponent would think, okay, he's trying to use the asteroids, I can kind of plot where he's going. At least you can move the asteroids towards your advantage there as well. Salvage Run is a really good one because it condenses all the obstacles in a 1 to 5 area. So you get maximum placement of the Grav Shift, because what will happen is you'll place this and then you've got to place every asteroid between 1 to 5 of the actual station itself. So that becomes just a littered with asteroids, and I know the gas clouds are in there as well. So I think that you lose the asteroids, I think, in that one though. Nice infested fields. Yeah. So second player places the station in the center of the player. Then the player starting the second player. The players alternate placing remaining obstacles, adding 2 dust field at distance 1 of the station. So actually, no, it adds them. It doesn't clear anything. So as I said, it becomes peppered with obstacles there, and it has to be 1 to 5 of the station. So it will look something like this, ridiculous, something like this, and then you get your grav shift, and mostly place it on the actual station itself, because then you'll have a nice wide band where you'll basically collect almost all of them. If placed right, you'll collect all the actual obstacles, and you'll be able to move them all. Again, a really good objective for rock moving, obstacle moving. So again, the only downside to it is that if your opponent does have fast, nimble ships, you can connect the objective tokens. But again, good for against onagers, because you'll have the gas clouds, and you can place them right in front of the onagers, so it stops them from shooting you. Of course, salvage run and infested fields. Infested fields, of course, doesn't work on the X Golfs, but you can use the objective. So if you need to place objective tokens onto an asteroid, and you need to move them, any of those ones come along with you. So any objective that has an actual token on there also works well in your favor too. I think there's another one too that I can't remember off the top of my head, the dangerous territory or something like that. Yeah, if you have something like that, and you can move them towards you or away from your opponent as well, to deny them points as well. So there's some really good ones there to for Grav Shift Reroute. So my final ones is the Rift objective. So as I said, Doom Station is one of the ones as well. And so why do you want, as I said before, I highly like the Interdictor and Grav Shift are just meant to be. So if you actually, why do you say that? Because it just depends on the objective as well. If you get to actually place the actual, if you actually get to place the grav, you get to place the rift itself in an area where instead of placing it in the middle or something like that, like Doom Station, you get to place it, then you have great control of what you want to dictate the actual game itself. So if you want some kind of area denial, what you can do is place it in an area that you don't want your opponent to be. So let's just say you want to deny him coming to being on the right hand side of the board here. So you place this sucker right here, and then of course the Grav Shift, you can place it really basically anywhere. Let's just say he's decided to really try to dodge that on the right hand side. You can lock that in there, and now if you spawn the range 2 ruler, he needs to go all the way around to avoid the rift there. As I said, when you have an interdictor, you're not going for speed, you're going for some kind of you're trying to deny your opponent to get towards you closely, especially say you like have Doom stationed or something like that. So this is a bit of good of area denial for anyone who wants to stop someone putting themselves in a side of the board. Or you can, as I said, place it in the middle somewhere close to, even close to yourself, and then use it to slow down your enemy. Or better still, again, just an area denial, like a pattern. Say there is like a corridor of obstacles here, and you know your opponent's going to probably look at saying, all right, that's a really good place to go. So let's move the Grav Shift right here. And you've basically denied that movement into there. So again, the Rift and the Grav Shift Reroute is an actual powerful tool for any player. as I said before. And for 2 points, what it can do with objectives and personal playstyles and using upgrade cards that you have in your arsenal can make this 2-point upgrade, as I said, 2-point upgrade, an absolute beast if known how to play. And as you said, it can work on any objective, but these are the ones that mostly work really well, and it works to your advantage towards that playstyle of interdicting. All right, guys, that's it for Grav Shift Reroute. Any questions, queries, thoughts, ideas, give me a comment. I'm more than glad to help you out in your battles with or without the interdictor, or against the interdictor. Now, actually, I was thinking of just making this a 2-part series. Now I'm thinking I probably need a 3rd part for this one right now, because I kind of thought that would be a good video to cover as well. So the next video I probably will conduct is targeting scramblers. How to use targeting scramblers, how effectively to use targeting scramblers alongside with Brunson as well. That's probably a good video to do part 3 on. I said it was going to be a 2-part. I do type all this stuff out and have the ideas and thoughts in there. I thought I could cover it in 2 parts, but as you can see, it's already half an hour, and I like to keep the videos nice and short for you guys to digest and figure it out. But I'll definitely make a part 3 video on targeting scramblers, on how to use them. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. I hope it gets some valuable intel on how to use an interdictor. And remember, like, subscribe, follow us on the socials, and fly casual.